Hey, welcome to Discovering More here at Peace Church. My name is Ethan Luhman, one of the pastors. And today I want to talk a little bit about the dynamic between faith and courage. Fear and courage. I think being afraid is something that we don't talk a whole lot about. I mean, courage is a great idea. It's a great concept. We can understand the stories and the movies and the football or sporting events where courage is needed. But I think the thing we underplay is the fear that accompanies those moments. Fear is it's a real part of our human existence. I mean, you can be afraid of going to the grocery store. You can be afraid of social gatherings. You can be afraid of a difficult conversation with a coworker. I mean, fear comes into our lives in so many ways, and we have to be able to deal with fear. We have to be able to deal with being afraid. Because without fear, there is no real courage. We can idealize courage, but we have to be able to walk through the difficulty of being afraid. Now, when we're afraid, we have a choice of just crying and hiding. We have the choice of just like cashing it in, giving up, and declaring defeat. Or we have the hard work of pushing through. And one of the stories that really highlights this role of being afraid and courage is in Matthew 14. Jesus is walking on the water. We don't know how he does this, but he's walking on the water in the midst of a storm, and his disciples are in the boat. And they're like professional fishermen, so they know how to run a boat. But the storm's a little overwhelming. They're a little scared by the storm, but they understand the storm because they've been in storms before. What happens, though, is they see Jesus walking on the water. They've never seen somebody walking on the water before. So now a new fear enters into their hearts. They're terrified because they think that there's a ghost or something out on the water. And Jesus senses their fear, and he says, "Hey, don't worry. It's me. Take heart. Take courage. I'm here." So he helps them get through that fear of like, I don't know who this is, what this is. Oh my goodness, it's Jesus. How is he walking on the water? All this stuff's going on. But then there's one guy in the boat, Peter, and he's like, I want to do what Jesus is doing. That guy's walking on water. Maybe he can help. Maybe I can walk on water. And so Peter stands up and he's like, if it's you, Jesus, tell me to come to you. And Jesus is like, come here, Peter. And so then Peter starts walking on the water. And he's like focused on Jesus. It's super cool, exciting, because who's walked on water before? And then all of a sudden, Peter like sees the wind and the waves, and he realizes like, oh my gosh, where am I? What am I trying to do here? I can't believe that I would try to do this. And he starts to sink. He allows that fear to overwhelm him, and he starts to sink. And how many of us have been in a place where we're excited by a challenge? It's cool. And we want to see what we can do. We want to throw ourselves out there. Just to, in the moment, then we step out and realize, well, the water is way deeper here. The challenge is so much greater here. It's like when you get married. You have no idea how difficult marriage is going to be because you're going to live with this person like every day for the rest of your life. Marriage is a challenge, but you're like, hey, this is exciting, this is fun. But there comes a time when it's like, wow, yes, it is exciting. Yes, it's fun. But yes, the waters are way deeper than I imagined. Or like having a kid. Yeah, they're cute, and you get to hold them, and you get to take cute pictures and all this stuff. But then they need you in the middle of the night. And they need you in the middle of the next night. And the night after that for years and years and years. And the same with work. I mean, it's the same with all of life. Like we get into stuff and we don't realize exactly how hard it's going to be. And we maybe start to get afraid of like, how much is this going to take from me? How much is this going to take of me? How much energy am I going to need to commit here? And in that moment, we have a choice. Are we just going to throw our hands up? Are we going to let the waters overwhelm us? Peter, as he's drowning, he looks up. He says, Jesus, help me. Lord, save me. And Jesus comes and takes him by the hand, pulls him up, and they go back to the boat. And so, I don't know where you are in the midst of, there's plenty of things in your life to be afraid of, I'm sure, just as I think of my life. And maybe if it's not fear, maybe overwhelm is the same kind of word. You just feel a little overwhelmed by all that life is throwing your way. I think that's a good thing. Celebrate the fact that you're overwhelmed. There's plenty of people whose life is underwhelming, who wish that they had a little more overwhelm, a little more excitement. So be grateful that your life is a little overwhelming. But what you have to wrestle with is, are you going to step into the overwhelm Are you going to step up to the overwhelm? And at the very least, what we have to do is say, save me, Jesus, I'm drowning. I need you to pull me up. I need you to get me out of this situation where I'm stuck and get me into a place where I can keep walking with you. Because the reality is, when we're facing those situations, we're never facing them alone. Like, Jesus is with us. And if Jesus is with us, the guy who literally walked on water, and not only walked on water, he's timeless. He's walked through every situation, and he's already seen the end of your situation. So if he's the guy with us, then we have reason to be confident, and we have reason to have courage. Now, from our side of things, it doesn't always feel that way. But Jesus is calling us, hey, come with me. And if we're not willing to walk into fear, then we're going to miss out on the experience of courage. So I'm sure that just like I have things that it's like, man, I need to step into this fear, this overwhelm, and find on the other side what Jesus has for me. I'm sure it's the same for you. And I hope that you'll take this encouragement to step out in faith. If you need to say, save me, Lord, I'm drowning, let Jesus pick you up from this moment, from your overwhelm, and start slowly walking you back to the boat. But you're going to be walking. He's not lifeguard carrying you. He's walking you on the water as well. Take his hand, allow him to carry you, walk with you, and hold your hand through this difficult, overwhelming, fearful moment, and experience the joy, experience the satisfaction of living in courage, because that's what will come on the other side. The satisfaction of knowing you stepped up to what Jesus has for you. Hey, hope this has been encouraging, and look forward to seeing you for our next Discovering More soon.